Hey y'all, it's Paula and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about traveling. And more specifically, we're going to talk about traveling while disabled. Traveling in general can be an absolute nightmare if you're not prepared. Traveling with a disability is even more of a nightmare. So I'm going to give you guys a few quick just tips and tricks and some advice on how to travel with a disability and make it a lot more fun and a lot less stressful. First tip, always pack extra essentials. Whatever you know you're gonna need for the trip, always pack extras just in case something were to happen and you were to get stuck, or you decide you want to stay longer, or whatever. Always pack everything you're going to need and pack extra. Whether that's clothes, bathroom essentials, just anything and everything you know you're going to need, pack extra. Second tip, make sure that wherever you are staying, especially if you are disabled, make sure that it is accessible. I cannot tell you how many times I have stayed in a hotel that is not handicap accessible, and it is a nightmare. Complete and utter mess. For one, I'm in a wheelchair, so excuse me. The rooms that are not handicap accessible can be on the smaller side. And getting a wheelchair in and out of a hotel room that is not handicap accessible is a nightmare. And for two, the bathroom in a non-handicap accessible room, they are not handicap accessible, and they can be a very big hindrance to anyone with a disability. Now, I have learned ways to deal with situations like that, just because I've had to. So if you were to get somewhere and you're in a hotel or wherever, and the bathroom especially is not handicap accessible, just either, if you have someone that you trust enough to help you, don't be afraid to ask for help. Or just give yourself ample time so that you can have that little bit of extra time to figure things out and be able to do it yourself if you don't have somebody that you trust enough to help you out. So, number 3, and this is more geared toward planes. I've never been on a plane, but I have friends that are disabled, and they have always said, get the seat closest to the aisle. Because they say that there is nothing worse than being on a plane and having to wait until everyone gets off before you can get off. If you're sitting closest to the aisle, a lot of the times they'll let you off first and you won't have to get off last. And it makes it 10 times easier to transfer from the seat of a plane to your wheelchair, if you're in a wheelchair, or if you're using a cane. It makes it just easier to get in and out if you need to go to the bathroom, or you're getting up to get food or snacks or drinks or whatever. It just makes your life a whole lot easier if you're sitting next to or in the aisle seat. The next one, we're on 4. So tip number 4 is when you're traveling, especially when you have a visible disability, some people have a tendency to stare, because I feel like a lot of the times in your hometown, people kind of know, especially if you live in a small town, because I do. People kind of know you, and they know not to really stare, or they know what you have, and they don't pay it any attention. But if you find yourself in a new environment and people are staring, or people are, kind of whispering, or whatever the case is, just ignore it, because a lot of the times people aren't doing it to be mean or nasty. People are just curious. And I've actually had people, when I'm traveling, they'll come up and ask, what happened or whatever. And I don't mind not one bit to explain exactly what's wrong or whatever. Exactly what I've got. Don't mind at all. So just don't dwell on the stares and the whispers if you get those when you're traveling, because more than likely people aren't doing it to be mean, they're just curious. Okay, next one. So, number 5. This one I feel like is geared more towards public bathrooms and just public, places in general. Make sure that wherever you're going, especially if you're going with a group of people, make sure that they know what your specific needs are, so that they can plan around, not really around your disability, but they can plan accommodations to you, specifically to you, so that you can have just as much fun as, they're having. Whether that is going to a place that has a wheelchair ramp, or going to a place that has just whatever your needs are, make sure that they're known to whoever you're going with, so that the trip, you don't get somewhere and then the place that wherever you're at, is not accessible, and then you end up not getting to go and enjoy wherever it's at. So yeah, those were just a few tips and tricks. If you guys have any, then go ahead and leave those in the comments, and let's just get the discussion going about traveling. And one more thing. The biggest thing is, don't get in your own head. I've done that several times, because I feel like I'm either in the way, or I'm keeping, whoever I'm with from doing, things that they want to do, or whatever. Just don't get in your own head. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. And live it up, because, vacations are supposed to be fun. Trips are supposed to be fun. And life is supposed to be fun in general. So just don't dwell on feeling like that you're a burden, or feeling like you are stopping somebody from doing whatever they want to do. So, yeah. Like I said, if you have any more tips and tricks that I left out that maybe I didn't think of, go ahead and leave those in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure to like this video, share this video if you want, and go up there and hit that red subscribe button, hit the bell, so that you know every time I post at least once a week, depending on my schedule. Sometimes I'll post more, but I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Love ya. Mwah.